And she's back. Good afternoon, internet family. Hope y'all are having a good day today. ASMR cereal noises. Alright. On to the next. Wow, this is like written a while ago and not exactly clear. I might go ahead and read it how I wrote it, right? As well. Okay. Poetry. Alright. So, fair warning, triggers of all kinds, as is on all my channels. And I don't know what I wrote, so if I start reading it and it sounds a little racy, apology. This was Tuesday the 18th of what month? I have no idea. What year? I have no idea. I'm assuming it was 2021, 2022. No, 2021, 2022. So when I first started streaming, I actually wrote this. If this resonates, give me a like, share, or sub. Follow me and I'll follow you. An equal give and take. Let me know what you think. Let the shifts and changes happen naturally. The flow will find its way. In time you will all see it's not about you or me. We stand united, or divided we will fall. Into our ocean of nothingness, a forever abyss patiently waiting to be dismissed. Hellacious spectral lights all around us. Flashbacks to the future on those musical notes. Smoky roadhouse, whiskey and blues. The fire inside my soul has a silky groove, it's all its own. Lyrical healing and dark night revival. There never was a daddy-daughter dance. Crooked shades for honeycombs. Multiple breakdown parties, living in a dove cage. Dancing away the stars during a Valentine pop-up exposition. Keeps your soul, yet ever the losers have a kickoff party. Wishly doggones, my stickers are still on the walls. Thin blue lines and straight through my heart is the digital printed concealed carry, my purse. You're frozen in time, completely unchained. Now what will you do? We will see soon. Power exchanges of freedom are unnatural in its own forms. Handling the venomous, you have to set them free to see what they'll rather not do. Create a certain word that I can't say on here, metal future. You think it's hard now, just wait till the new dawn of the dark ages and breathe. While you still can. Air in a can, force-fed through a tube, don't know what to do. Make sure it's clean. All the Karens scream, don't you dare fumble. You only set kinged from the dead of your past. Sometimes I don't feel like talking, and that is okay. Better than to be being stuck in a cage of my own imagination. Roadblocks, bank rooms of infinity to pursue. Lost in limbo, looping circle. The guys in the alleyway for a meal. Knee pain feels like a grand. Won't feed much for my drive. Way park my way back in the woods. Things get wild with the little red in the riding in the hood. Clock light shines so bright you gotta tape over to darken the night rider by people, places, and things. Paint the town, little red, they'll all shout and scream. Make a life for yourself and stay here instead. Make me feel welcomed, arms out with joy. Never even knew the hell that I would endure. I stayed as long as they'd have me till an angel took me away. I don't deserve the life that I have because of the ones that I took. I lost so much that even karma is getting a high. Addicted to me, can't you see? They just can't get enough of this little gem. Here to use an internal light to see the true colors within. A dusty completion, drift dirt everywhere. My name's been tumbled dry, seems bitter with a little dust on it, but damn, look how she shines. I dug, dusted, broken, cut, chunked, and diced, sands and water baths to drown out the outside. Polished off and wiped, left out to dry. Even though, with all that pressure, the heat made you divine. Keep digging for your treasure, your time's nearly through, for all that good karma to catch up to you. Believe in miracles each day and every day. Keep going and just breathe, like I've always said. You've got this and don't give up, you will see the way. So mote it be with 3x3 to talk of Jesus, the crest of the width the way. Teach of the love and forgiveness, show them what he meant when you take a day of rest. So caught up in the illusions you can't see past your own eyes. He died for us all, even in unreligious can devise. A way to make you see past all the smoke screens, the old ways not gone, just management's new. Find a way to use your voice, just to let the vibrations flow in the end. It's what we are all about. Make time here on earth worth living. It's the only one you've got. I've got the most consistent beat in my head, and everything I do seems to coincide. Maybe this is what life is like to be aligned. Internal disorders labeled for rigor mortis. Once they dish it out, you gotta dish it back. Stand up for yourself and don't hold back. They are the ones who will whole like to eat worms. Gotta get up real early to catch up to this bird. Night fowl swooping in for the kill, and I'm already gone like a thief in the night. Sorry, I can't always talk straight either. I had a speech impediment growing up, so bear with me. No one understands me, a favorite phrase, one that has followed me all my days. Different is better, it's all the same, to live your life daily running in a maze of your own mind. Please be kind, for you don't know the struggles that lie ahead. A smile, eye contact for more than 3 seconds, acknowledgement, their existence for once in your likes. Reach out to one another and always be kind. I know that that's what they always told me, but not always true, because life really loves to fuck with you. What are your fine points appreciated with planning of your future? Bonfire, good music, honeysuckle on the breeze, fireflies and frogs, spicy mountain water. And my 9 by my side. You have to choose to shine bright. I am not your competition. I am proof it can be done. Hands like leather turn to silk with a touch, and it's all in a day's work. Ma'am, so saddle up and ride, reversed. The hats like ball caps and truckers' hats, all the rage. Tip it down, midnight rounds, and the bonfires lit up the skies. Turn pain into your passion. Success is fleeting. Enjoy the acknowledgement and move to the next goal. If you give someone all the tools they need, but if they don't know how to use them, what good is it really? Dig a little bit deeper to find the patience that you seek. It will come in Timely order that the universe has ordained. All of the greatest people are tucked away from the rest of the world like a lolly jolly locket, saved in a pocket, in a land of far away. A heart in a tree faces west from my window. Any season it listens to my pain. I sit on my throne all day, leaning into the night, even if Google Earth cannot confirm or deny. The amount of alcohol that I poured on my lava soul full of pain. In my chest felt a dagger invisible but to the fierce. Pushed deep inside my bones, I crumble and crack of the pressure of it all inside my head. Stress causes delusions mixed with dehydration, sedation, and lack of hygiene. The Great Depression, a dust bowl of sepsis, shot a day before I opened my eyes to dull the pain of reality. Getting dropped by a plane, no parachute, look out below. Claw my way back up all the way from hell I've been in. Burn the matches and remind me, yes, this is real. Words were like rhythms, mazes, layers. Instead of 7, try 18. These numbers in my mind are all measuring in some rhythm. Alone and freezing to death at 103 degrees, you pulled the plug in anything that we ever agreed. I see now what I saw as a worthless scoundrel. Doesn't even deserve my dungeon. Rot in hell instead. To leave me with the hope and return of the same again. Cycles repeat, close these doors instead. No one believed me when I told the truth, so I made up things to get your attention instead. Want to know why certain things don't make sense? It's because most of the information is still hidden instead. This all gives me exhaustion. I can feel it in my bones. When I drag this cross across the paper, it feels like chalk. Feet pics and photo shoots, the hardest positions of them all. Yoga would be amazed. Need to do Pilates on my bed because I'm almost 40, a pharaoh, ancient and dead. Wrap me up like a burrito and break it out. Okay, this might not be so family friendly. The universe, all your hard work will be rewarded. The universe likes your approach. Put it into action. You are the only limited to your own mind. Your energy is valuable. Spend it wisely. Money comes to me freely. Abundance can be both ways. Master manifester, just take a break. Be childlike in your manner and look at the world brand new. Let go of control. I've already lost so much. It's time to let it all go. I just can't do it anymore. Hate me if you must. Everyone has lost my trust. It's gonna take a lot to be able to come back in. Thought I was crying myself to sleep. Did that before and never again. Won't let anyone get to that spot again. Or maybe I should, just because I could, redeem your power once again. I'll leave it on red and live my life instead. King of Swords on the 5D, Queen of Pentacles is what you will see. If I can post the crown of my head, God's greatest warrior left for dead, and a sea of darkness rises again. I forgive the fallen ones to give them a gate, a way to revive and just be judged yet again. A demon among us, release all the Karens to navigate the hate. What you see isn't real, or is it just perception? When your therapist talks to all of your many voices, imagination is dead. Do this instead, and fall in line with all of them. Workers, bees, making a little honey to give to their queen. If they release, then they'll all be dead. An explosion of organs rearranged, take them out. To make room for the penetration of the King of Wands to come in and out. A smoke screen in front of a mirror, bump your head. What happens when you stare deep into your own eyes? You can see all of the demons inside of an abyss unrest. When she makes it black instead, get inked by the great, she said. Krakens, sprechen Sie Deutsch? Get knocked to a parallel world, different dimensions, all in our heads, space, ascension, sun damage, SPF 1010. 369, Nicola was divine. Use that code to open all your chakras. You are finally free. Funeral directors never cleared your check. Unearth the heathens. Just making sure. I am the mind sweeper. Step wrong and you're gone. Next player, move along. Follow them so they see you. Even if they have no friends, you'll be the first of many. Befriend the friends of friends and let them all see what you are doing. Stand in your truth, they'll respect you for it. You can only ever truly be you. Watch your competition and gather inspiration from your surroundings. You never know how far you'll go if you don't begin. Take a leap of faith to guide the way so future generations can gain. 3 by 3, you are teaching the youth of a generation something that doesn't exist anymore. History teacher doesn't get paid enough for this junk. All the new changes every second. All over the world, the history you learned and was drilled into your head doesn't even matter anymore. Examples are that they tell us what they say, and example is all they are after. It repeats itself just as a galactic dances, and the world turns and the events unfold differently, all the same when they call your name. And the maze has changed. Its patterns, an elliptical hell, 18 rounds where is it after? Not 7, no more, or maybe more than what I assumed it was done. But here it comes again, like a snake biting its own tail. Another cycle, don't tread on me. Another cycle, happy birthday. It's just another day, but I want to go to dinner with all of us there. I don't care where. You are the most evolved, loved by nature. Even if you take the heart out of a fish, it still swims. Regeneration, rejuvenation, let's go all in. Russian roulette to see who shall win. Be patient and hurry up, don't be late. I heard it echoes in my mind. See it in a different way. My portion changed now, and I have to make my message louder so those in the back can hear. Silence screams down a crowded hallway. Avoid the size of my soul. Every person is a purpose to everyone around, in its own way a divination. It's not the person that can make you happy. You have to put it on your own work. Be stable in your own foundation and play a role in your soul's growth. When you are old, laying on your bed, what will you do to tell your younger self to do instead? Release unhealthy attachments and take action to move forward. The truth in a situation can never be seen by blind eyes. I have shown you the way to chase the path. If you are going through karma, release the energy debt. It's teaching you ways to heal from your own traumas. Losses are lessons, and what did you learn? Can you hear it? The void returns, if you let it. Some even scream loudly into your ears as you try to sleep, a noise, unrest, isolation, and detest. Childhood trauma, like a book that hasn't been written, about all the right ways to deal with it instead of staring at the head. Rude awakening, the whispers of the dead. Not enough to just cause alarm, but now I'm not afraid of my own dreams. I yell face to face with an empty shell. The knowledge of existence is all that I needed to watch the steam from the marble. Empty eyes pull away, and there's nothing left. Multi-dimensional dramas, super highway to hell. This God's better than yours. If not the one, then pray to them all. Whoever is listening at this point, hear my calls. For those who don't understand, make a turn and make a tune. They hum it so loud, till you broke a tooth, clenching your jaw from all the pain. Why won't this knife take it away? Maybe it is right. Won't work. All I hear is the ringing, echoing instead. Maybe I'm better off. Use me as a tool like a fool, deny it instead. No rat snitches, already got plenty of stitches. Scars are all that we are as we lie in our own beds. Let the cycle complete. Take an L, you'll see. More when you are looking outside than in your own face. Of all the teachers, door slam as the hall bell rings. KO, knockout. My high school didn't even remember me when I asked for my name to be read aloud instead. I'd do anything to take back those years. A night riding around, joking about the area had you so worried you almost heart stopped. I miss all of the times that we watched horror movies instead. Honey farms and flowers, creeks with beds, sitting and talking under the apple trees. Coco, Chanel, Dior, Laurent, Saint Laurent, Yves Saint Laurent. Yeah. The deception of the person is all that it is. They dissect them based off the things that they did. What legacy will be said as they lay you to rest? The only thing we want more of is something that doesn't even exist. Want to see what a full-on mental breakdown is? Nah, me neither. Well, here it is. Hyper-focused in denial, a fire that burns so hot all you feel is pain. Passionate emptiness, a void I don't share. Prisoner of your own mind, hell couldn't even bear it. Causes an aura so heavy and thick. Wear it like a cloak of darkness again. You can survive only if you just keep breathing. Time will be different there. An echo to make you hear repeats endlessly in the tune. A message bird carrier. A message bird carrier, numbers don't lie. When you are alone on the floor, crying your eyes out, soul just like lava, no one ever seems to see the other side. A portal within, something guides the way. Trip and fall, but rise again. Don't let them see you down. Smile bright-eyed and cheery, excuses to dull the pain. Shine the light to my fire, burn sage instead. Get out of your head. Alone in a closet, eyes covered, hands by your side. Stand on cardboard so you can't feel underneath. Don't touch anything and set a timer for the next sunrise. Ears plugged, no noise, except the demons within. Do the deaf hear the voices more than we can? Just stand there, don't move until the bell tolls. You've just arrived. To the longest destination that you've ever survived. Oh, you can't take it no more? Here's another door. Let's see how this one takes you to heal. An algorithm no more equals so much more. You'll be amazed the maze that you're in. Twists and turn all around, you'll feel dizzy. Sick cramps start to descend, the muscles of rigor mortis starts to set in. Movements will feel like prickles within. What's demons feel like when they touch your skin? Tell them to get in the hard jumps and jolts. Don't fall asleep, for you are the goat. An empty shell existence of a life force-fed found a way to get away. Close the door behind you. They are already here. Been here since the beginning of it all, and now the battle begins. Stand up for yourself. Fight. Learn the battle you are in. See from the other side and find the invisible steps within. Ashes, dust, and a ghost. Poltergeist heads will be spinning from exhaustion. Man, it's been a minute. Next level phase. I could last for months if you aren't already phased. They'll use familiars to get you on another path, to distract you from all those goals you weren't just thinking about. How'd they know you'll know that they'll know that you'll know? Just another day, take it half at a time. You'll know when halftime will arrive. Not even close to the biggest show of them all, just a taste of potential relationships long after. How many conversations in one multiverse speaking without a trace? Gotta find the right frequency to tune into the dial. Hello, Major. Do you have a word from Ground Central? Control, this battle has just begun. Will it end? That only you can choose. No one is stopping you but you. Hold yourself in a mental cage stopped by defiance. Curiosity is jealous of the predicament you'll put yourself in. Wanting to know more and more, like a drug, addicted to the feeling, stay focused on your final goal, a test of determination, of going deep within, to find out who you truly are, finding your own light in the darkness. No one is there for you but you. Be the best you there is. That's when the dust bowl comes in. Air dry as a desert, mouth parched for taste as a mirage of waters. Watch your surroundings or you will fall. Floor temptation to end it now or another round. Round 2 minutes, that is, to get through the back rooms. You have to start with a door. The only thing is no one knows what it's really for. There have been no winners in the game of death. Eventually everyone loses. Or not. You can see it yet. Will you have your redemption, Neverland? Because never say never. In old Viking way, honor a legend of all the people will say, in a time long ago in a land far away lived a leader among thieves. Right tolls of all of the land, the universe, greatest warrior, it's all in your hands. Every life, every move, every choice that you make is already decided to walk in your own true power and watch how the earth shakes. Sketchy sketchers, everyone looks the same. False allegations lead to a sentence for a lifelong delay in the papers. People show up too late, strangers pushing away strangers to get in their face. Make snide comments just to feel the hate. Brewing inside must be fate. Fall to their level, drama vultures waiting for the taunting to make you so they can pick at your carcass and whatever is left, mockingly picking and pointing instead. No one is safe from all of the pain. Little things said faster in the head, swirling in groups, swoop down for the meat. Maggots consider chatter clicking in their ears. Look for lyrics in the body. It makes music all its own. Even when our weakest moments is where we are our strongest no more. That is what the fight is for. To do it scared is the challenge. Do you dare? Ready, set, go. The game begins. Because now it's minute 3 that you're in. February 1st, 2022. My resilience is my brilliance, a light from within, individualistic, doing whatever I wish. Power is your passion, and immerse in your dreams. What do you love to do? Passion is also your power, and me time is best kind, unless it is with your own kind. You have no control over me while you are waiting your work on something else, inspirational around you. Do what you believe in. A new cycle has just begun. Realize what you think and what you say matters. You create your surroundings. Hey! Your own world, no matter what they say. Don't let anyone get in the way of your dreams. Already ready! Let the truth come out. Stand on the stage. Let me see your roar. Tides are changing in the turning around, turning tables and flipping them all to the floor. Now that I am behind you, ready for the descent or the spectacular show, one you can't hide from anymore. Privacy doesn't exist, even if you try to wear it as a mask. The Great Reset, a change channel. White static fills the airways and subconscious. Cough, skip ahead. Now backtrack as the line drops. Space beats us again. See you as the crossroads. 2 penance for the call. 321 isn't the code. 369 is for us all. A home forever, solid foundation, let the new life begin. Plan a trip, move away, good karma for all. Bring the hidden to light, only the truth will make it right. Working behind the scenes on your behalf, enjoy the pause, that anxiety that you are feeling as you are touching the electric gate of your boundaries. You are getting stronger within. Stop the blood from the wounds and stay connected. Find the solution. Look left and right as you move forward. Investigate the layers to get to the bottom of the issue. Make something of all of the ideas that you have, or why do it? I wrote this entirety several years ago, and I'm just rereading it on the stream. Actually, on all the streams. So, no, I don't know which song that one is. Take it one more time. Okay. 222 at 2:22. Very lucky day. This was then, right? February 2nd, 2022. From the window. Anyway. All right. Message from your angels to keep the faith. Trust that everything will work out. Balance, peace, and harmony in all your circumstances. The Great Reset. Move the mountains to where you can climb. Walk through the valley of the great that the devil cut loud. Silence cuts the loudest sound. Think of the new ways. Learn the new skills. Keep going. Pay attention. All the stress in your kitchen can't handle. Take a break. Breathe again. Seek your community. Show all your fingers to the government that you are in a silo with. Let the desire burn within you. See, can't you see? Your commitments are being tested. Resolve the diagram and take it apart. Focus, dive deep to stand your ground. Support will come. Keep the course and review all of the papers. Security, partnerships are involving the universe. Always turns. Birth the new. Dreams reveal, revelation, divine timing in its own time. The way you are perceived may be received as perceptions evolve. Are you going to be in the next round? Try to keep it in the lines. Don't change, rule your future. It all revolves in time. Tease and torture and let it slide for just a while to see what level you are on. So I know all of your moves. People love to talk about themselves to get one going, and they'll never stop. Give you everything that they've got, the whole time seeming to talk the whole, not a soul knows, but the soulless. Wait till your conscious kicks in, knocks you KO. You are very abundant, everything in its place, no space. Remove it. Luck and wisdom from how far you've come. Sometimes you gotta go backwards to get ahead. Rat race in a maze. You just fell in some feelings, so take a shower. It will get better. That's funny. Let it slide. Let it slide. Let it slide. Yep. All right. I gotta read it before I read it to you guys. I've loved you for lifetimes, lived so many memories, universal divorce that shattered my world. Love is not pain, yet I begged the universe just for your return. You have no idea the level I put you on, put me out of my misery, no string to hold your fate. Head to head with my barrel, military trained to survive, you have no idea the hell I've been through. Stuck in a mental prison, self-defeatist attitude. No longer on the same path, even after I begged and pleaded the universe. I've known your game from the moment I met you, disillusioned from the start. You've won because I give up. I have spoken my piece, and time to move on. It's been years and I still feel the same. I've had the memorial memories that never existed. Poured one out for you and I waited every day just for your return. Watched the skies, imagining, dreaming, praying, cried, wanted to die. It's not the events that led your downfall, it's how you rise up from it all. So rise up to a new dawn. and a better tomorrow today. You never know the path that you will take until you take the first step. Just clarifying that that's all that there is in here, please. I tried to go through that as fast as I possibly could. Okay? I mean, that was like auctioneer speed reading at that point. And I messed up like most of the words, fair warning. And then some of them, I had to chunk some of it out because a lot of it's not appropriate. It's balls. Sorry. Man. Yeah, that's not it. No matter what you achieve, if it doesn't make you happy, then why do it? When was the last time you did something that just makes you completely happy? Alright, I think that part, yeah, that part is done. That part, alright. Oh my gosh, this is going as far back as the freaking mouse pad and the tarot cards. That's how long this has been. When it used to be events, shout-outs, promos, giveaway, volunteer, socials, wish lists, drawings, live shows, new and old, and learned, and this one is happy birthdays. And I don't even know if that's for like the morning stream because I had so many different streams. I've been streaming for years now, and I bet y'all never even knew that. I bet none of you even watch my content. I think I only had one viewer for the entire 5 years. One consistent viewer. And that is my OG. Yes, my OG. And you know who you are, so. Kudos to you. I hope you've been recording since the beginning because I want a copy. Alright, so that is the 2022 book. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that little limericks. And this is the one I wrote the other day. It was 7/13/25. And I think I said this one in the stream also, but I'm not sure. Although my halo may be broken and all you see is horns, know that I am working on healing, laying gold in the empty spaces, when all you feel is thorns. Wealth is a matter of perception, and one day you will see from the other side a different viewpoint where you stand than where you stand. You may have never been solid all along the whole time. The break makes a way for the new, and although you may see me failing or falling behind, understand that I will always do everything in my own time, right, wrong, or indifferent. This is my life. Hey, baby. Time for a clean slate to speak your truth, fight for what you believe in, never give up on your dreams. Guilt always shares a reaction. If you remove the problem and there is still a problem, then you are never going to be better than anyone else and just be a better you. I think that was better background waterfall noises, ASMR waterfall noises via Jeff. You can thank him later. Sorry. Nope. I'm looking through this book to see if there's anything on this one either. Just real quick. It's completely separate section. Wow, this is old too. This goes back to the beginning of 2025. Most of my books have been lost, unfortunately, due to my storage building going to auction. So whoever gets that auction, have fun. Would like it back, but you know, I doubt that. Anyway. Alrighty. So on that note, thank you guys for joining me today. You guys are so awesome. I have not gotten this many viewers before. This is super cool. Y'all are so cool. That's one thing I really love about streaming. is y'all, like the community that's involved with this is so like either they love each other or they hate each other or both. But for the most part, everybody's really there for each other. And if they can't be there for each other, they'll try to like promote them. So this way other people who can be there for them, you know what I'm saying? Like camaraderie, like I'm down for that. Like that's cool about y'all. And I hope you keep doing that. The more that you stream, the more influencers that are out there. You know, the world needs real. We got so much fake shit going on. We need real. So keep being yourselves as much as possible. I really need to stop cussing, y'all. Really need to. It's hard for me not to do that because that's always been like an interjection for like in between because I feel so strongly about a topic that I always want to use all those hard letters. So avocado, my mortal nemesis. Anyways, so yeah. Anyway, so today is Thursday, and one cool thing about writing, like just whatever comes to your mind, right? You just write. Sometimes even if you have to, just start by scribbling. Like take a regular piece of paper or whatever, and or like maybe if you're into the digital thing, like your iPad or whatever you use. And because I'm trying to think like multi-generational at this point. So start like scribbling on a piece of paper. Not like, I mean, you can do fast, but like whatever pace you want to. And then whatever comes to your mind, write it down. Doesn't matter if it's gibberish. Just write it down. Leave it in the book for later. Come back to it like a week later and see how relevant the words are. Let's try it. I have a challenge for you. Write down your feelings. I bet that's a hard one. Most of us don't even know what our feelings are to describe them most of the time. Right? You okay?
Yeah.
You watching a podcast?
Yeah, about DMT.
Oh, anything good?
They're talking about the elves and everything. And
mechanical elves.
The only thing you have to worry about is
I don't doubt that, by the way. I am listening to you.
The only thing that would probably kill you is the astonishment, because you'll see
your heart, your brain won't be able to handle it.
You'll realize you didn't know nothing about reality.
Yeah. When you're faced with the truth of reality versus what your mind thinks or what you're being told or shown. Your brain, like molecules, has to, even if there's two, they have to meet an observer point, right? And in that point, in that concept of what he's talking about, is you are the observer. So when that alternate reality or alternate truth comes to you, it hits hard. It hits like a freaking freight train, okay? Like a spaceship just took you out. And you're really knocked for a loop, and your brain sometimes can't handle a change in reality like that, especially when it questions or puts you to question everything you ever knew, everything that you feel that you stand for, everything that you thought was what the way of the world was supposed to be. And then you come to find out that you're wrong or that you're in the wrong. And when the fingers are pointing at you, mind you, the 369. Remember I said about, the lies and the truth and the answer and then the nothing in all of that. So the 369 rule, but it's a rule of 4 really. So you have the yes, the no, the maybe, and the nothing. Okay? And all creation comes from nothing. So what we perceive as to be the truth or a lie may be perceived opposite or completely different than another perception. So, like I said, as an observer, when the original path is broken and you are forced to face an alternate reality, your mind sometimes has a hard time adjusting, just like, like say, for example, you found out that your lifelong partner cheated on you or something. Some of you guys don't care. Some of us
that's heartbreaking. Some of us, that's the end of the world for us, and it takes a lot to grieve that and to get past that. So, there's different levels. And then for some of you, you're just like, whatever. I've never been cheated on. I'm never going to cheat on anybody. And I'm single for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? You're still going to have heartbreak, no matter which way you look at it. But anyway, so let's try to limit that as much as possible, please. So, I mean, it's just a matter of perception. And like I said, with the rule of 4, you're going to have 4 different options. And your brain legitimately, once it gets to the 3rd option, the 4th one is kind of fuzzy anyway. So it goes along with that whole rule of 4. And, when am I doing my hair reveal? I'll be honest with you, I'm actually terrified to take this thing down. I don't think I did it right, and I think it looks like absolute trash. So, okay. The hair deal. Thank you for bringing that up, by the way, already. Yeah, I tried a new hair routine. Not so sure it came out really good for me. Just saying. So wash, conditioner, right? Oil, which is probably my biggest mistake. No heat curlers, but it was wet, like damp wet when I did it. And I don't know how much oil I put on my hair. I don't know how much of it absorbed, and I don't think it's going to dry properly. So it may actually still be like partially wet. And I took a shower like hours ago, and my hair still looks and feels wet. So I'm not, like, my hair could probably come out looking like a greasy octopus at this point. Like, I have no idea. I don't know. Oh, yeah, y'all, when you get these cups, I have a really bad habit of biting and leaning on my straws. And it has now created legit a bend in the straw. So anyway, good luck with that. I will do a reveal. I don't even care. Do you want me to? Y'all, you need to tell me this. Do I need to take my hair down? Is it time for me to take my hair down? Is that what y'all are saying? Thank you for the 55 views on TikTok, by the way. Y'all are awesome. I need a yes or a no, or maybe, or I don't care. Lurkers, pitch in. Maybe I should do a poll. Where's the polls? Hello, my friend. Yeah, I know it can be hard to get real followers because most of them are bots. Yeah. Wait, what? Active chats to generate real interaction. Do you really want to grow? No. So, do I want to grow my business? Yes. Am I going to pay for it? No. No. Ask the wealthy people if they want to pay for shit. Fuck no. They don't. That's why they don't get taxed. They take every possible loophole to avoid taxes as much as possible. Yeah. I don't want to pay for shit. That's why I said I'm multi-streaming on a computer, 2 computers and a phone, which I will probably be adding another phone as soon as I can get my hotspot to work properly for 4 phones. I mean, I have 2 more here that I need to figure out how I'm going to get them connected because for some reason it only does 3, and that's it. I need to get an extension on my hotspot. Y'all use Cricket? Or am I just cheap? I pay for me and my kids' phones. And it's like, I think it was like $180 a month or something, $160, something like that. Oh, wait, no, Bubba's not on there anymore. Never mind. It's like $130 now. Yeah. And they took off that discount that they used to have for people who were on government assistance and stuff like that. So, yeah, for y'all out, I'm seeing a pattern here. I'm going to go ahead and call it as the non-existent self-identifying oracle that I am. What do you identify as? Oracle. No, I'm just kidding. Want a cookie? So, but yeah, I am seeing a lot of major change in what we perceive to be, for those of us who are 40 and above, perceived to be the way the world was supposed to be and the way the world is. So, for those of you who are 18 plus to my age, good luck, because I'm hoping that we're leaning more towards the positive side of all of this, but I have to still be aware of like the possibilities of all this negative stuff that I'm thinking in the background, because that's what I do. My brain, any thought that comes through my brain immediately goes south. Like, what is the worst case scenario of this? I need to know right now. So, and because of the way the world's changing and there's so many things in the air, you're going to start getting a lot more information. There's going to be a lot more news being put in front of you. You're going to learn a lot more information, and it's going to feel like the world is going faster. Even if, like, they say it in the news that the world is going faster, it's coinciding with that. So the algorithms are going to be faster, even if the earth is moving faster. Like, advancements and things are going to be, like, overnight almost. So technology is going to boom, like, 10 times much more. Every single technology that you see in your existence right now, by the end of this year, will be completely different. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, it's always been like that. But, like, I'm saying, like, maybe not even the end of this year. Like, sometime, yeah, next 6 months, 5 to 6 months. Yeah. So, keep an eye on the stocks. Like I said, for those of you who followed my advice for Nvidia and Amazon, I know y'all are doing great right now. And please, I'm going to beg y'all, please, I don't care what age you are, if you're listening to this right now, I need you to pay into and donate to your local resources, because a lot of people are going to really need it, and pretty soon. So if you have not already donated to your local resources, please do so in my name today. Now, as much as possible. Because it's really going to be needed in the future. So, and for those of you who have companies, consider 1% donation to local resources. I mean, a lot of us can't even get by with the basics, and I'll be honest with you, with everybody losing their jobs and stuff, and with AI booming, it's going to change everything. It's going to change every single industry that's out there, and it's already in a majority of all the systems that are already out there. So you're going to be seeing not only a lot of change, but like advancements of change, and then on top of that, there's going to be a lot more people that are going to experience this in a way that they never thought possible before. Like, say, for example, like I've said before, you know, when the devil can't get to you, it goes through your children, it goes through your friends, it goes through your family to get to you. So same concept in the changes that are happening right now. Yeah, it may not be affecting you directly at this moment, but it's gonna. And it's probably gonna change from an aspect that, like I said, you didn't even think possible was going to change, because it's always been a stable thing for decades. So, like, the entire government system is currently, at least within the United States, I don't know about any other country, but within the United States, you guys already can see, and for the rest of the world, you guys can see the changes that are happening here. And I hope that we see it and are able to react to it properly before it gets too heavy, okay? I mean, it's going to happen, but how are we going to be able to utilize this information moving forward for those of us who are, like, at the bottom of all this, right? I mean, I'm not even at the bottom of it, but I have been there, and I know what it's like, and I know what it was like before. And now, at another level, it's affecting a whole nother level. And so I know this entirety is flooded right now. The basement's flooded. Okay? Even those of you who are at mid-range right now are literally feeling everything. I don't know if for those of you who are a little bit more in the higher range of incomes or stability or whatever kind you want to consider it, I don't know if you guys are feeling it, but mid-class and below are definitely freaking feeling it right now. And I really do pray for those people who were already on systems and had been on systems for decades, and now all of a sudden they're not. And they have to reapply, or they have to redo everything that they did decades ago that they thought was stable and done with. I did not. There's no inactivity. What are you talking about? Try again. There's latency, that's why. Come on. Work with me here. There. Oh, come on! It's making me do this stupid freaking puzzle piece. It made me do that stupid puzzle piece thing again. Why? Why does it do that? Anyway. Like, shares, comments. Anyways. Non-static content. Like I said, take the rest of today. It's 1 p.m. here. Take the rest of today and pull all the old content that you have. And if you have Meta, if you have any kind of multi-posting program, or if you have social media programs that you would like to go ahead and start doing this with, I know for a fact, we've already talked about the different time zones in the world and thinking internationally. I want you to think interstellar. When you're making your content, whatever it might be, maybe you're just taking pictures and videos for your family, whatever, it's still content. When you're making your content, I really want you to think about your memories, okay? Because these are legitimately, we are making history right now. We are currently recording history right now. So your life, anybody who's been born past the 70s, has been recorded at all times from the sky. Now we're being recorded from the ground up, and each one of our cameras. So give them a show. Live your best life. Yes, do it responsibly, but make as many pictures, make as many videos, do as much stuff as you can while you still can. And also remember, this is history. This is your personal history. If you lose your memory one day, what do you have to go back on? And I'm going to go ahead and tell you that dementia and mental health is going to start slacking as the years go by. Just because of microplastics. But anyway. So please make sure that you're recording as much as you can, that you're taking in as many pictures as you can. I know for most of us, we may or may not have access to streaming and stuff like that. But try your best to have that. And I know a lot of us have like computers and phones that don't have a lot of storage on them, or that they have, you know, you have to have like an external port of some sort or whatever, or maybe you have to download it to some outside source, right? Whatever way you have to do it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, computers are not completely safe from lightning, even if you're on an extension cord, which you shouldn't be in the first place. But, so if you have a TV, a computer, maybe a phone charger, something like that, I suggest like finding a way, or maybe like some kind of tool that's out there that I may not be aware of, to block that from coming through the line. We actually had it on an extension cord, and the lightning went through the extension cord and burned up the TV on the computer. So, and then Spectrum didn't want to take accountability. The electric company didn't want to take accountability. Nobody wanted to take accountability for any of that. And I mean, it literally like burned the wires in the house. So, blew the telephone off the wall. Like, I'm not joking, the shit's real, and no, you're not safe. And it's scary as fuck when it happens. So whatever measures that you guys have to do for your electronics, please look into that. Especially now with all the storms and stuff that are just randomly freaking popping up out of nowhere that they cut off this radar for. So welcome, guys. Thank you for joining me today. You're alone? Aw, that sucks. But then again, at the same time, it's not so bad. Because when you're isolated is when you get all your best thoughts and worst thoughts at the same time. Like I said, write them all down. Even if you have to get 2 different books, like, okay, this book is the book of all my good thoughts, and this one is the not so much. Maybe we should just, this is our therapy book. Yeah. So, the good book and the bad book, right? Anyway, so yeah, working on this one, trying to get this one to work properly is like a nightmare for some reason, and I don't know what I did to it, but evidently, maybe somebody else with that knowledge could help me. So I have no idea what I'm doing. So, on that note, right now I'm actually saving myself $60 a month by doing this. Well, kind of like a real 50s vibe. Anyway, so yeah, good luck with that. Thursday is Territory Thursday, and morning messages went out. Y'all pray for my kids and me and my fiance and my family and everybody. Just do that. If not, if you don't pray, totally fine. Good vibes, right? So morning routine, showers. Like I said, I did a new whatever this is disaster. We're going to trust the process. So morning routine and weather check. I actually did get a new calendar printout for this upcoming week. I'm just recycling the same ones that I had last week because we didn't have last week. I'm just going to call that 4th of July week because I just, when you get that like vibe drop when all of your energy just kind of leaves you and you don't feel like doing anything at all. It's when your body's telling you that you need to chill out for a second. Okay? Use that knowledge as much as you can. It's for a reason. So if you feel like crap, go take a nap. Hydrate and go take a nap. So don't hydrate with, alcohol. So thank you guys so much for watching my video today. This is awesome. For those of you who do not know, I actually have a lot of social media. So go check out my Linktree, whichever direction it is. I don't know. This TikTok is up here. On Kick, it's down here. And on Twitch, it's on my About Me section. So, so go check out my Linktree. It is very, very ranged from SFW all the way to 18 plus. So, yeah. Very, very wide range. So fair warning for that. I'm looking to alternate some things in the future. Like I said, this next year is these next 5 months are really going to say what the next year is going to be. So like I said, we're looking at entrepreneurship. We're looking at actually starting a business. We're looking at not only educating ourselves consistently and keeping up to date with some of the things that we've been avoiding, like the plague. Paperwork, anything in the past that we did miss out on, because like I said, this is going to keep you accountable going into the new year. You ain't going to have a choice but to look back and look forward in the right now. Like I said, as far as like the future and the past, it's constantly cycling, and we are just in the middle of it all, and we are the choice makers. We were given this as a blessing, power of choice, so this way we can take our ethers and put it through our portal into the 3D, right? We can create our own reality this way, and it's all from your thoughts. And even if you think that it's something stupid, that idea that came into your head, and you're just like, nobody's listening to me, everybody thinks it's a joke. For some reason, this thought came to my head, and I don't know what I was thinking. Write it down. Draw it. Create something from it. Tell me about it. Tell other people about it. It was given to you for a reason. So this way you can create something in the world. And maybe what you're saying or doing may not work out here. It might work out all the way over there. Might work out here or over there. Or both these ways. You never know until you try. So keep those ideas flowing. Keep that imagination going. Try to look at the world, like I said, as a childlike mindset of brand new. Every day that you wake up, it's a new day. I know it's hard for a lot of us to even think about that concept, especially with all the stressors in the world today. But your self-care is a priority, so make sure that you're taking care of yourself during all of this, as well as keeping your little 6-foot bubble of people, places, and things intact. So this way the outside world, when it does start to affect your inside world, mind you, not here, out here. Anything that's happening outside here, it's up to here to decide whether that 6-foot circle is actually getting penetrated or not. Okay? And once it's in your 6-foot circle, it's going to mess with this. So make sure that your 6-foot circle has certain people, certain places, and certain things in it that only you want. And if it ain't right, you got to go outside the circle. It may not be right. It might need a timeout. Might not be right now. Maybe you can come back later. But for right now, you're in timeout. You know what I mean? So think of the 6-foot circle around you. I mean, we've all been ingrained in this since like 2020 anyways. So just keep that mindset, but think of it more on a personal level of, anybody that comes within 6 feet of me is going to infect me, right? How are they going to affect you? So you got to think like that. What are their actions doing? What are they doing for you? What are you doing to them? Vice versa, because that's a two-way road there. And how are they affecting the other people and places and things around your 6-foot circle? And like I said, if it seems to be an issue and this seems to be an anchor, you got to throw the anchor. You got to stop what you're doing, throw the anchor, and wait. Maybe it wants to be in the circle still. Maybe it wasn't acting right. Need the timeout. Or maybe it just ain't right and just don't need to be there. So, I don't know. Either way. Wow, almost 100 views. This is awesome. 86 viewers. That's really cool. Y'all are awesome. So, and one of them says I've been live for 2 hours and 32 minutes, and the other one says I've been live for an hour. I could have swore. Yeah, that one says an hour. That's right. Okay. Anyway, everything's green. Seems to be working pretty well. Hope the voicing, yeah. Microphone's good on this side. How are we doing on Twitch? I got a viewer over there. So yeah. Anywho, on to the next. The great reveal of the horrible hair curler job. This actually belonged to my grandmother, the great Anne Bell. Don't know what year she was born or what her birthday is, which sucks because I should know that, but yeah. Assuming 1930s, 1940s-ish, I don't know. Anyway, but I do like that vibe, the 50s, kind of 30s, 40s, 50s vibe. Y'all know that. So I got them in those sticky ass little curlers, and my hair is about to hate me more than ever before, probably. But y'all pray for me. This is gonna be interesting. Oh, not terrible. Probably gonna look like Shirley Temple when I'm done, but not entirely terrible yet. Kind of cute. Boing, 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 boing. Yep. We're gonna rock it. Let's keep going. Not like we have much of a choice. Alright. taking Velcro out of my hair right now. Ugh, Lord. How do y'all do this stuff? I tried to do the cold curler, you know, that big tube thing with like the hair piece. I got 2 of them, and I can't do it on my own hair to save my life. So I don't know what y'all do. Oh, this is about to get stuck. Oh, maybe not. Okay, yeah. Boink. So yeah. Ooh, lady curlers. Oh, this is about to be interesting. It actually is not terrible, like I said. Oh, I think I curled it the wrong way on that one. Oh, this one's still wet. Oh, bummer. Dang it. Yeah, the bigger ones are still wet. But the little ones are cute, so that kind of worked. Darn it. Well, now I know if I want to look like Shirley Temple. I don't even know who Shirley Temple is. What am I talking about? Oh, this is going to be weird. Okay. It's partially still wet, so... Oh, well. I don't really love it anyways, so... It's giving that, like... What is that, Bridgerton? Ow! Ripping my own hair out. You know. Beauty is pain! Beauty is pain. Where am I going? Okay. Y'all love to see me get hurt anyway, so... There we go. A little bit British sounding. Not really. I think I could do voiceovers. What do y'all think? I should get paid to do voiceovers. I did Cartman pretty well. Don't laugh. I actually like Cartman. I ain't fat. I'm big bone. I have to like practice it for a minute sometimes. Oh my gosh, this is so freaking weird. Y'all are just like, what is she doing? I don't even know at this point. I'm just, you know, teaching authenticity. That's what I'm doing. Oh my goodness. DJ Nola!
Where's my ribeye?
Yo no sé, bro, sé.
Ribeye.
There is actually a steak in the freezer if you want.
I said ribeye.
Well, go get it.
Porterhouse.
Porterhouse. What kind of
I
house?
deserve it.
Wait, you bought me a house? What? Okay, I curled that one totally wrong. Yo, this is hilarious. I will never do this again. I promise. Well, yes, I will. I'm horrible at saying that I'll never do anything again, and then I do. One side is super short. I'm rocking a new style today, y'all. Whoever said 40 plus doesn't have volume? Should make it into a hawk. Yeah. Curly hawk. Viking style curly hawk. Look, it's a mohawk with curls.
No, it looks good on.
I wish I could keep it like that. That would be awesome. I would walk around like this.
Yeah,
if I could actually do that
stick your
style.
finger in a light socket.
If I could do this style like legit, this actually is really cool. I should get one of those like hairpins that go like the 90s style hairpins and just banana clip it. Ta-da! Floof. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing with this. So there's your morning with hair curlers. And it didn't. Okay, so the oil is there. I don't know if you guys can see that. It is still kind of oil like looking. See, like, especially in this curl right here. So I did the oil treatment thing. Looking at myself, and all I keep thinking of is the 90s. Of like horrible hairdos. You know what I mean? I actually bought a wig the other day for the first time ever. I should go put it on. Y'all tell me if I should go put it on instead of this disaster. For those of you who do hair, help. Because I don't know what... Look, that's me with bangs. Hold up. This part up. Ta-da! Now I've got bangs. I can't fix it. I can't fix this. It's just fluff. Look at how fluffy. Fluffy. I feel like... I don't even know what I feel like right now. This is so weird. It's like really weirdly greasy too. I mean, I'm used to my hair feeling like hay most days, so the top is like weirdly like got extra shine and it's like super almost too greasy right at the top. But then the bottom where I put the most oil is dry. Yeah, the struggle is real. I need help. I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah. Anyway. So this is what I do most days. Just end up straightening it because it's a hot mess. If I put glasses on right now, I actually look like one of my teachers from back in the day. Oh, I can't use those. Those are holding up my thing. I messed up anyway. I'm gonna steal some of Jeff's glass. Oh my god, these are so crooked and dirty. How do you see out of these things? There we go. Where's that hair clip? I can't even see where the hair clip is. Crap. Alright, pencil it is. Oh yeah. Shape ship on camera. That freaking the volume on that's awesome. It's just getting it under control. It's the hard part. I'm just gonna leave it like a mini rockabilly vibe. There we go. That's hilarious. Golly. Split the bangs and Miss Frizzle. Yes. Hold on. I actually was thinking about Miss Frizzle this morning. That's funny that you said that. Hold on. Wait, hold up. I need to pull up a picture of Miss Frizzle right now. Oh my god. Oh, thank you.
Peanut butter jelly.
Well, I just ate cereal, baby.
Huh? You can have that too? You don't have to eat it. Do you want to put it up?
Yeah.
Darn.
I'll eat half of it, okay?
Mm-hmm. It's peanut butter jelly.
Precious. Okay. We're gonna We're gonna rock the Miss Frizzle look today. Where am I at? Where are you at? Okay. So Miss Frizzle does this thing with her hair. She splits it down the center, right? right here. Has it like crazy curled. And then she puts this part up. Y'all, I can't. I can't with this today. Fuck it. I'm keeping it. Rocking the crazy lady hair. Alright, maybe not so much of this. We're just gonna shove that shit on there. Does she wear glasses? I can't remember if she wears glasses or not. I cannot see anything with these glasses. That's hilarious. Alright, I'm going to get away. Fuck it. I can't see to walk. Shit. Okay, so mind you, I don't wear wigs. Oh, now you can totally see how fake it is. Wow, okay. This is funny. There we go. I feel like I should be on Game of Thrones. That's crazy. I didn't realize how shiny it was until after I got it. I got it at Goodwill, y'all. In the bins. So it was like by weight. I bet I could put this on and it would look good. Hold on. How do y'all style your wigs? For real. I remember having to help my daughter all the time with her wigs and stuff. And then my other daughter would dye in her hair. Y'all need to remind me. I'm really, really bad for this. One of my daughters does not want to be called a daughter anymore. So I need y'all's help to remind me to not call her a daughter. She is a... Hold on. They, them, right? I feel like a pirate. Yeah, this is hilarious. Y'all are probably wondering, like, what's the unschooling part of this? Like, it's the fact of keeping a light heart, using your imagination, and not being afraid of yourself. That's what I'm teaching you. Okay? And I want you guys to remember that. To always be yourselves as much as possible. Even if you're wearing a wig. You know, if it's something that you like and it's something that, you know, you want to try, you've never done it before, it doesn't make you fake. Just be yourself as much as possible. Hey, thanks for the follow, Maxim Marie. Yay! Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah. I try to promote that as much as possible because it is the highest frequency available for all of us. And as long as you're yourself, you will never, ever run out of ideas. You will never feel lack when you're yourself completely. Because there's no place, there's no lie in it. There's no place for it to falter. And that's what we do, is we lie to ourselves about who we are and what we are and how we're supposed to be. And there is nothing like that. You just be yourself at all times. And that will change. It'll evolve as by. Like what you like now and what you do now will change as you get older. And I hope that you get to enjoy those changes. I hope that you get to enjoy the world and your life as much as possible. So, thank you. That's awesome. Thank you. So yeah, I hope that you guys are definitely in your authenticity at all times, or as much as you possibly can, because a lot of times we forget ourselves. So, and like I said, nobody's perfect. We are all inherited with this 1% of error as a human being. And that's okay. That's where my rule of 4 comes in, of the yes, the no, the maybe, and the unknown. The unknown is where the creation comes from. It comes through you. You are the portal for creation. You are the creator of your world, of your life. So, oh, hey, Halloween prop? Sure, I can. I just got it, and I was just trying it out. Heard an explanation. No one can be better than you. I think it was something weird like Joe Rogan. I don't doubt it. I mean, it literally is a valid point, but the question lays still, who am I? What am I? Where did I come from? Why am I here? What is my purpose? These are the ultimate questions, right? We all ask this. This is the void that we have no answer to yet. So, until then, live your best life as much as possible. Don't hurt yourself and don't hurt others. I feel like that's a pretty good 2 standing rule to live by. So, yeah. I mean, it can be a Halloween prop. Yeah, and I really love Miss Frizzle. She's super cool. A little creepy, but super cool. Like me. So, yeah. But, so yeah. Just, and I have over the years, since I started streaming several years ago, I have over the years evolved myself, and you guys joined me on that evolution. I know that you're still going to see evolution as time goes by, And like I said, this and the rest of this year, the whole point is to start to become better than what we were before. The whole point of the end of this year is to finalize the last 5 years of our lives. The last 10 years, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years. You might be lucky if you get 100 years. So enjoy every moment while you can. Record it while you can. Take pictures while you can, because I promise you, when that time comes, and it's inevitable, when you can't anymore, you wish you had more. So I think that name is pretty popular. So I think I see him every once in a while when I'm scrolling through. And I'm not anybody of any importance. So I mean, maybe to you guys I am, and that's really all that matters. It's the people that I do. It's not the ones that I don't. The ones that I don't, they don't get it. They're never gonna get it. And if they do get it, great. But most likely they won't, and that's okay. That's all right. I wish them well on their journey. But I'm gonna still keep being me. So, and thank you very much for sharing my live, Max and Marie. That's awesome. So yeah, and for those of you, I don't know where you guys are coming in at from my social medias. Might be a little bit of a shock for some of you to see my link tree and to see my other social medias, because you might know me as this and then go and find out that I was a BBW model for a little while with professional photographers. You might go back and say, oh, she was doing some late night adult chat conversations. Oh, you might go back there and see that I was doing things in the community, like promoting local businesses and bands and stuff, and artists and creators of all kinds. You might actually go back and watch my morning show, which I don't know if it's still recorded. And for those of you who have been my OGs and following from the beginning, if you have some lurker background information, it might be useful in the future. Anybody who's been recording since the time I first started, that's a lot of content. A lot of content. So I started in 2021 and I haven't stopped since then. I have a lot of different types of social media, and and I know that it's going to be a hard pill to swallow at first for some people because of my thoughts. I'm a very open-minded person, and what I say really does offend people, and I didn't realize how much it offended some people until too late. So that's for them to deal with, and for me to learn from and keep moving forward. So I hope you enjoy what you do get to see and what you do get to experience. And, give me some pointers along the way. If you have some advice for me, great. I may or may not take it. Who knows? Just being honest. But yeah. So thank you guys very much for supporting me in this, the entirety of it. And I hope that you guys join me on the journey going forward. I don't know what that will be or how that will look or seem, but I'm doing the best I can every day. And for those of you who don't understand me, understand that I come from a place of love. I come from a place of a long, unseen dream. And my yearning and intention in this has been something that I've poured most of my energy into. It doesn't seem like a lot for most people. You go to my stuff and there's not a lot of stuff posted there. But to me, it was almost like a lifetime the past 5 years. And it's been a very long journey, and I've met a lot of people along the way. I've met a lot of really amazing people along the way. And that's what I love so much about streaming and about social media, about being an influencer, is that you get the opportunity to reach a lot more people than you would have if you were just sitting in your living room wearing a wig. You get to reach a lot more people on a level that they never even thought was possible before. And even though sometimes some people might stay in the background and not say anything at all, understand that they are there for support too, even if they don't really like you. Maybe they're just there to watch. For those of you too, maybe you guys can learn something too. So thank you very much for sharing my live today. And maybe one day I'll get to meet Joe Rogan. Who knows? But I don't know much about him. But I guess he's gotten up there in the world, and good luck to him. We all reach a certain point and then we pivot. And I've actually been able to recently meet some celebrities and shake their hand and tell them that when I become famous one day, which may never be a reality, that hopefully I can do them some honor too. And the path that they took may be different than mine, but still. Now, mind you, we all say celebrities and stuff like that, but that's all changed too. So really, if you think about it, I'm already a celebrity. I've already reached more goals than most people ever thought to even start to try. So I think I've lived a good life so far. And I would like to be able to provide more than I have, but that time will come. So, and like I said, I'm not perfect by any means. I got a lot of bad shit wrong with me too. So, you're not alone. We're all sinners here. So, anyway, I feel like a pirate. Like I said, is kind of weird. I know I kind of got deep on that conversation. 1, 2, 3 on the viewer count. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I know I keep saying you guys are awesome, but you really are. This is cool. I've never got more viewer pull than from TikTok. I've been on Twitch for like 4 years. Even with a raid, I've never gotten this many viewers. Y'all are A-okay in my book. But yeah. No, I got this at Goodwill. Most likely it's fake hair because I can see how shiny it is. I feel like it's made out of like some kind of oil somewhere in another country. Anyway. I don't know. Feels kind of weird. Anyway. So yeah, like I said, continue to be yourselves. It is the frequency that there is available. And continue to, wherever that page is that I had it, continue to utilize this flower of life while you're on that path of the past and the future. I've shown it in the stream before, on my Twitch specifically. I think it was on TikTok the other day, but mind you, that TikTok live I think was accidentally muted. Fair warning. So remember to keep that idea that you are here, right? This is your timeline of your life. Can't really see it that well, sorry. Here, let me try to pull it a little closer. If I pull it closer, for some reason the light like really blots it out. But anyway, all right, so here it is. You're on this timeline of life, right? Here you are. As life is coming towards you, your future, and it gets to your point, and then here is your past going away from you, right? You're on this DNA train of life, so to speak. This is the DNA strand that you're in. Think of it like kind of like it's turned sideways, right? Not looking straight down the funnel, but on its side. So looking down the funnel would be looking down this way. But anyway, we're looking at it from a side view because it's 2D, right? I don't have a 3D model for you guys. And in that flower of life, you have your outbound and then you have your inbound in that moment, as well as any point on this timeline. So the energy that you put out, say, for example, if it was for work, family, friends, yourself, any energy that you put out eventually comes back to you, but it comes back either positive or negative because of the fact of abundance. So everything has to have its equal and opposite. Now, mind you, you could be putting out a whole bunch of good vibes and not get any back. Okay? Just remember that. There's still that null point. But for the most part, you can pick and choose the information that comes to you, like while you're riding down this train of life. As things are coming to you, like people, places, things, colors, words, numbers, information, patterns that you'll start to recognize, feel me? You'll start to see where the opportunities lie as you can pull them to you. Remember, though, each and every one of these things that you're pulling to you on this information train of like DNA structure, so to speak, because remember, you're pulling it into your own DNA. Everything around you, you're absorbing at all times, and it gets transferred down usually through your children, right? Or the information that you speak, or the expression and body movements. Every single thing that you do affects everything around you. So when you're pulling that information, like say you get an opportunity for something, remember the rule of 4. Even though you pulled that one bit of information, we always say, yes, there's good and bad in all things. But that's only 2 options. You have 4 options in this because you have to think multidimensionally. Everything in our universe shattered recently. You have to think in that aspect, okay? If you look at shattered glass with a light on it, it fractures the light to a different area. The same thing goes for your mind. I want you to pivot that piece of shattered glass and let the light shine on a different part. So this way you can see more of what's involved in it, okay? When you pull something in, like an opportunity, you don't know what's behind that opportunist door. So remember the rule of 4, that there's always good, bad, a maybe gray area in between where you might get a little bit to be able to maneuver through, but there's always that unknown 4th, okay? And in that unknown, you can choose creation. You can choose that path and what you're going to do with that path, whether or not you're going to keep it or if you're going to let it go. And that's how you move forward through life. It's the same concept for all things, including business. You guys know in business that you have this entire cycle that loops around back to itself, especially wealthy people will do this. They will loop everything back around to itself like a little daisy, right? You're dead set in that core of the center, right? But you have your main trust aspect. You have your workers. You have your business building or website or facility. You have the housing of said workers. You have the transportation of said workers. And then also the inbound, outbound of shipping. You have your, which is a possibility for drop shipping. But, you have all of these aspects that you're looking at, and you're having to pick and pull information that may or may not work. And keeping up with that, you have to continuously pivot. That's why I say each one of you is a gem and you don't even know it yet. You're just under a lot of pressure right now, but you don't see the light. See the light. I'm showing it to you. So yeah, vibe with me for a hot minute. And kind of understand the flow, because every single one of you this affects, including me. So yeah, utilize that as much as you possibly can. Try it today, okay? Say, for example, all right, say friends is a category. You have 3 options with a possible 4th, right? Well, I don't know how many fingers that was. Anyway, so 3 options with a possible 4th. And with friends, I want you to talk to someone today. I know most of you just went, oh, how dare you? Oh my God. No. People, how dare you? No, for real. Join a live. Make a comment. Throw an emoji. Make some kind of communication with 3 people today. And then I want you to talk to a stranger. Oh, stranger danger. Oh my God. How dare she? Naturally, safety first. I don't think common sense is common anymore. Don't think it ever was to begin with. But, there's a little general baseline for all of that. So, stranger danger. Safety first. But yes, I want you to start getting outside of your comfort zone. Whatever it is, whatever aspect that it may be, doesn't necessarily have to be friends. It could be work. Talk to a coworker that you never talked to before. Or the one that sits in the corner, which maybe they don't want you to talk to them and you probably end up being the annoying one. But still, every good guy's got to have a villain. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, go apologize to somebody that you did something wrong, like stupid, like 10, 20 years ago. Just saying that you're sorry is really, they don't need it, but it would help. Help them on their journey as well as you. Another aspect is self. I want you today to think of 3 things that you enjoy doing or have enjoyed doing during the course of your life. And I want you to try to do that today. Even if it's just for a few minutes. 4 minutes. Give me 4 minutes of your time. I know that's like an exceptional amount of time for some of you. So just 4,000 people, 4 minutes, think of a good thing. See where it gets you. Have you done your mandatory 5, which I consider? Is it hydrated? Did you hydrate today? Did you eat a full meal today? Because it's 2 p.m. where I am. You got till 5 o'clock to find a meal. If you ain't got a meal by 5 o'clock, you need to find one. A full meal. So hydrate, gallon a day. Eat a full meal a day. Did you wash today? Like your clothes? You might need to change loads, by the way, which I know I need to do. Did you wash your clothes? Do you need to wash your clothes? Do you need to take a shower or bath or whatever? Do you need to bathe yourself? However you need to, even if it's at a gas stop or from a creek, because that level happens. Okay. So, do whatever you have to do for that. Are you brushing your hair, teeth, body, if you're into that? If you've got pets, did you brush them recently? Do they like to be brushed? These are thought questions and stuff like that is mandatory. So you have your hydrate, your eat a meal a day, your brushing, your washing, and have you been good to yourself and others? Why don't you do something nice for somebody today, including yourself? And when I say self-centered, I don't mean like in the egotistical bullshit kind of way. I mean being centered enough in yourself to understand where your boundaries lay and where you're going in life. So this way you can exclude the things that weigh you down so you can move forward and learn the coping mechanisms and learn what the weaknesses are within yourself to start working on that point, because that's your baseline. That's your solid foundation. If you know your weaknesses, that's your bottom point. That's the best damn information you can have. Legit. So, find out what your weaknesses are. And it's really hard to face yourself and to do that. But that's the only way that you're going to be able to go forward. And I know a lot of us are like, oh my God, our weaknesses. There's so many weaknesses. Oh, blah, 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 blah. And I'm so horrible and this and that and the other thing. I'm not good enough. No, you are good enough. You're good enough to find out what your weaknesses are. So you can have a starting point to build off of. Being true to yourself is quite possibly the hardest thing that you will ever have to do in your entire life. No joke. So start there, okay? And understand that there are traumas, there are complex traumas, there are situations and scenarios that I may or may not be able to touch on right now, and this conversation may or may not reach the vastness of that in the community. So take it as you will. Whatever resonates, let it sit. If it doesn't, let it go. Because, there's just too much in this world that is going on today for us to be able to completely be aware of or comprehend. There's just too much. Right now, as it is, human beings only use a certain percentage of our own brain. We don't even know where we came from. Okay? So, and then we made AI. Our image, right? So it's got 2% of error already anyways. Good luck with that also. But at a baseline, like I said, if you can, that's the third time I said it, sorry. Jeff said it the other day. He's like, you use the word baseline a lot. Oh, I do. It is a baseline. Why don't you tell me? Tradition, same concept. It's not tradition though, because you're actually breaking tradition at that point. Or maybe you're building a tradition. Or maybe you're keeping the tradition. There's all these different aspects that you're looking at. But it's the base of your foundation of where you can start from. Because if you know what's wrong, and you know that there's an issue, and you know that there's a trigger, and you know that there's something wrong, and you know that you're crying for no reason at all, that's a good start, right? You know that you feel some type of way, but you don't really know why. Get to the base of it. Find the source. So that way you have something to work with. It's already giving you the answer. You just have to find the solution. It's the algebraic expression to life. So, and find those missing pieces that lead you to where your destination finally lands. Or whatever your goals are. You're going to have missing pieces in it. You're going to have parts that are going to be right in your face and you're not even going to see it. Like you could have the wealthiest person in the world standing right next to you and you'd never freaking know it. mean, unless you were really into that type of stuff. I mean, because of the way that you look at it today, I think there was a movie we watched last night that kind of talked about this too. Millionaires don't look the same anymore. They don't act the same. They don't seem the same, and there's no age limit. So you could be like 90 years old and be like the richest person in the world, which is not true. But anyway. And you can also be like super young and be super wealthy. So be careful with your interactions with people. Just because they don't look a certain way doesn't necessarily mean that they are that way. Or the vice versa. Maybe they look the part, but they're not the part. Okay? There's a very big blur in reality right now because of the fact that everything is changing. So, and like I said, you know, you could have these streamers on here that play video games all day and they're multimillionaires and they're 23 years old. And you'd never know it. You'd have no idea that this person is that. Unless you were into that or you followed them or you knew about them. But for the most part, no, we don't know. And this could be overnight. Like, legit, overnight, you can become a multimillionaire now. It is that possible. And I'm not saying any age range. I'm saying, like, you may not even have to put any effort in. You could legit have, like, a no-face stream with just, like, looks at the sky. And then overnight, you become, like, a multimillionaire. Why? I have no idea. But that's how the universe is working right now. It's altering and changing gears on every single aspect and angle. So this way you can see the pivoting points. And they're going to be everywhere because it's just like running through one of those mirror mazes. You're always going to be looking back at yourself like, oh, is this the right way? Is that the right way? Is that right? Do I see myself? If I see myself, this is the wrong way. So, anyway, you get what I'm saying, right? So, it's kind of like that. Everything is, you have to think in fractal thoughts. You have to think in a way that is able to pivot and change and move when all of these things happen, especially in the world around you. Survival of the fittest used to be linear, right? Maybe there was some little variations because of atmosphere and environment, but for the most part, it was pretty linear. Now, that thing is completely surrounded by a kaleidoscope, okay? It's not just one line of light. It's surrounded by a kaleidoscope that is sending it like a disco ball through the universe, okay? The possibilities are out there. Keep the course of whatever your goals and your dreams are. And don't let anybody tell you any different. If you've been told something from the universe, please follow it. And don't think that everybody's crazy all the time. You know, just because they think differently than you. Maybe they look differently than you. I mean, how the hell are you guys supposed to be able to meet up with aliens if you don't even take care of the people next door? Or in your own household. You guys don't even treat each other right. How are you going to meet aliens from another dimension or another planet or wherever the hell they're from, right? Maybe human beings aren't all the same species. There's a concept for you. Maybe we don't all have the same background. Maybe animals and plants and everything else are us. And rocks. That's a fun concept. Maybe we are nothing but dust and will become nothing but dust eventually. You never know. Well, I mean, we all know, but we don't know until we know. And then we can't share that information because now we're not there anymore. We're on another level. Now, scientists have tracked our spirit once we pass, and it shoots all the way across to the other side of dimensions that we have available in our knowledge. When you pass away, your soul shoots across the universe. And it coincides with my previous streams and telling you guys that when you pass, all you see is stars. And it's the most beautiful thing that you've ever seen in your entire existence. You have no weight, no worries, no hunger, no nothing. You just exist, and it's beautiful. And if that is anything like what it's like, then I'm going to stick with that thought. Even if I was just given a glimpse of something that I'll never have, I don't know. But I know what I experienced. And whether you believe me or not is totally up to you. So, on that note, I do have scientific proof to back it. And the only one that can prove my statement is correct is the people who are in charge of the satellites and the Wi-Fi grounding in the earth to the satellites. Because they're the only ones that can see the energy levels on the planet and where they go. Okay? So much like in science, I think it's like a neutron or something, where there's like energy going out and in and like circling around it like an orbit. Think of us as like from the planet, the energy going out. Ooh, I just poked myself in the face. The energy going out to the other side of the universe, which none of us know where it lands. Same concept as time, travel. There's no endpoint. If there's no endpoint, then there's no way to know where it's going to land. So we have to hopscotch that shit. Even though it is time travel, technically, it's got to get hopscotched. And the same thing with our soul. Our soul hopscotches through the universe. I'm saying the word hopscotch. For those of you who've watched the movie, you totally understand what I'm saying. Easter egg. So yeah. Go back and watch that movie, the one that I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about, where he specifically says hopscotch. And that is the transition between life and death. And we all go through it. And it hopscotches from other places into a different dimension. It's the same parallel universe, but it's not the same. It's a little off. And you'll start to notice that. And it's almost like mirroring. When you get to the other side, you start to see that you're the other you. You're your alter ego. You change your mindset. You're not even dead. You're just in another place in another time. So that's my theory. Theory, by the way. So yeah, you don't really die. You just continue living life. It's just in another dimension. And it's the same exact thing as here. It's just you're not you anymore. You're you, but you're not you. If that makes any sense. Because now your structure has changed. Your DNA structure has changed. Everything that you were does not exist anymore. And when you reach another level of consciousness, of life, as you age, we already experienced this. We experienced this I think it's like 3 times in our lifetime, where our body goes through a complete evolution. I think most scientists will say that every 8 years, your DNA regenerates completely. So think of that. What are you going to do in the next 8 years? I know most people say 5. What are you going to do in the next 8 years when your DNA totally changes? When your face doesn't look the same anymore? Because I'll be honest with you guys. Every single picture that I see of myself, even looking in the camera right now, this is not me. I do not recognize the face that's looking back at me. Now, mind you, our mind mirrors, okay? But even when I mirror the image back to me and say, okay, to my brain that this is me, this is a completely different me. I don't recognize myself here. This is not me. This is my new universe, new multiverse me. This is what you see. This isn't what I see. What I see of myself in my own mind is a completely different image. I look completely different in my own mind. And for most of you, you will start to recognize that in pictures. As you look through pictures of yourself, without the filter, good luck with that. If you go back and scroll through all of your pictures, you can literally watch yourself in your evolution. And you get to pick and choose what that looks like going forward. Like I look at myself and I don't see in the mirror, in the camera, what you guys see. So it's like a completely different concept. And the same thing I want you guys to think about for yourselves as well. How do you want other people to see you? Are you putting on a mask of yourself and going out there like an alter ego? Or are you coming forward entirely as yourself without any worry about what the world says or does or whatever, but being yourself in your entirety and stepping forward in that. Now, mind you, yeah, I'm wearing a wig, but I'm still being authentic with you. I'm still myself. Just because I look differently doesn't mean that I'm different. Yes, I am different, but anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, even if you like makeup, even if you like cars, even if you like gaming, even if you like, one specific niche and everybody only knows you for that one thing, that doesn't mean that that's all that you are. You are a multidimensional being. You are meant to have different feelings. You're meant to have different perspectives. And there is a lack of communication, or actually comprehension between communication of people. But anyway, it's meant to be there. That void of knowledge and the communication and that bridge is meant to be there for creation to happen. It's left space for us to build from. Okay? So you get to pick and choose how your interaction is going to be with other people or even with yourself on a daily basis. So remember your little 6-foot bubble. Like I said, we're all kind of been ingrained in that now. And whatever you are allowing in that 6-foot bubble is going to affect or infect your soul. So a lot of us don't even care about that anymore. Most of you guys won't even listen to my entire stream. I promise you, most of you have already scrolled by now. There's been 129 viewers, and not one of them has stayed, other than Max and Murray. So, and Max and Murray keeps sharing my live, which is super cool. Thank you very much. So yeah, and thank you very much, Intrepid S Fudge. So, for all your likes and shares and comments and stuff like that. So, and don't forget to send stuff to my PO box if you want to. For right now, it's going to continue to be 5923, but that may change in the future. As of right now, I'm still trying to figure things out as to whether or not what I'm going to do with that. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Well, if there's any changes, I'll let you know. How about that? So, this thing's hot. I don't know how y'all keep these things on all day. My daughter keeps one on her like pretty much at all times. So yeah. Which boggles me for most people today. Like, if they went missing, you wouldn't even know what to tell anybody because they look completely different every single day. And even if I was to show pictures of what they looked like in the past week, it still wouldn't compare. It's like that concept of like the filter thing, Every once in a while, it'd show like a current picture of yourself without any makeup or hair, or any accessories. That's the wrong one. That's the coffee one. Ooh, Lord. I got 2 different drinks here, and they're very different in concept. One is a like dark coffee, kind of, and the other one is a very sour, vibrant, like energy drink type drink. The contrast is really wild, especially with the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So, whoo, Lord, my brain is being tingled for sure. But so yeah. I know where I'm going with this, but I forgot. So yeah, try some of those things, as best as you can. And like I said, try to think outside the box. Whenever you're going and doing something that you would normally do, maybe it's a regular path that you take, I want you to have some randomness in your day today. Like say, maybe you make a phone call to a friend you haven't talked to in a long time, or maybe you go to a place that you haven't been to in a long time. Maybe just open the door for somebody. It's really just as simple as making eye contact with someone for more than 3 seconds, which is totally creeper and weird, but like acknowledging their existence at a very core of it is like essential for life. So, because at the very baseline of all of us, 4th time, that's all we want is just be acknowledged and accepted for who we are. Whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent, it doesn't really matter. It's just the fact of the awareness of self, the acknowledgement of self, the observer. Our molecules require an observer to change our course, and it does sometimes. Sometimes it knocks you way off course, and other times it puts you on course, where you should have been all along. So, don't deny yourself that opportunity. This thing's super itchy too. And like I said, right now I've got Twitch, Kick, and TikTok for the most part. So, right now, as of right now, which will be transferred over to YouTube and Facebook. No, because I don't have IG. The fourth phone will be IG. Transfer to YouTube for Facebook. Yeah, because they're interconnected that way. So in the background of each one of your social medias, okay, hear me out. Twitch, live stream. TikTok live stream. YouTube live stream. Facebook, IG, Kick. Yeah, Twitch, YouTube, Kick, TikTok, Facebook, IG are all live streams, right? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so those are live streamable. I'm not sure if there's any more. And then there's other live streaming that's like per niche, whatever you want to call it. So those are the ones that are still, you're still able to go live for free. Hear me out. Take your live content. When you're done with your live, go back and screenshot, clip, and cut each section down to 10 minutes. Okay, it's going to sound weird. I think it's YouTube is like 15 minutes or something like that. But make it a TikTok length for you to be able to share your stream, even if it's a portion of your stream, like your clip, sharing those as part of your ads, as part of your thank yous, as part of your everything. Okay? And there's your content. And you can actually go back and, like I said, try for the rest of the day today and go back into some of your old content and take those pictures. Like, even if you have to, like, go and screenshot the picture, like, maybe you don't have the access to that anymore, but it's still on your social media, right? Like, me, I accidentally deleted an entire laptop and 3 years of content went missing. So, for those of you who do have it, you're the only ones that do. So, makes it all the more valuable, right? So, when you're putting your, like, say if you're utilizing Meta, or you can do it straight from your phone, especially for like TikTok and stuff like that. I think there's a scheduler in there. Go back and double check your social medias and see where the schedulers are and pull that old content and push every hour, every day. Include your ads, your crossover posting for different social medias, your linkage. If you have a business, push that. If you have, like I said, as far as your ads, if you have any promotions going on, or if there's something that you're getting ready to do or something that you're planning on doing, put that in there. And then do not forget the thank yous. Okay. Don't forget to thank everybody for following you, for being there on your journey, for, be just being grateful. Just remind yourself, you don't have to have all these people following you. These people don't have to have anything to do with you at all for any reason at any point in time. But they are. So, don't forget your thank yous. And like I said, you guys can pull information from years ago. You don't have to make it brand new. And it literally takes like, a second to take a picture and like 3 seconds to take a scroll of something, anything. Doesn't matter what it is, but it has to be live. It has to be outside. So go outside. Wear SPF. But, back in my day, my parents used to have to drag my ass back in the house. So, I was raised in them woods. But now, I rarely go outside. And when I do, it's usually to sunbathe. Or do something in the garden. or if we're out and about in town. That's about it. So, again, I know, moisturize, hats, not covering too much because the heat holds in and then you lose your hair. But yeah, covering most of the face area, whether you have to wear glasses or whatever, lots of SPF if you have to, or just moisturizer. Just trust me. And every night when you come in, just extra moisturize after you take a shower. Just put extra on you, because no matter what age you are, this will benefit you. I'm 43. I never used foundation. I have been moisturizing my face for most of my life. And yes, I've got wrinkles. But, right? 43. Right? So, yeah. Make sure you're doing that as much as possible. And even if you forget, if you remember it, just, let me go do that real quick. So it only takes a few seconds, but your skin will thank me and you will thank me later. So, but yeah, get outside today. Spend some time outside, even if it's just in your yard or maybe on a balcony, or maybe your area is more polluted than mine and probably can't do that, or not very. If it's not safe, don't do it. Just keep that in mind. Safety first. If it's not safe outside, then so be it. You know what I mean? Do something fun inside. Maybe the weather's not right for where you are. Who knows? So, just do something outside the box. Something that you wouldn't normally do, or something that you always thought, oh, no, I'll never do that. Maybe I'll try it today. Allow your brain those pathways to be able to start something new, to start a new pathway in your mind. Don't just let information be given to you. Go and seek it. Be the hunter. Even if it's online. I'm not pro AI stuff, but unless it's, hey, excuse me, ma'am. I've about had enough of your nonsense today. She's full of herself. She got mad at me because I popped her. She's tearing into my stuff. She's doing it again too, and I'm starting to get mad about it. Anyway, now I totally forgot what I was talking about. Anyhow, so try to go outside the box. Give yourself a chance to think of new ways. Like I said, give yourself new paths and new opportunities outside of your little 6-foot bubble of self-centeredness, to allow those opportunities to come to you, and to be able to get rid of opportunities that you don't really want anymore. You know what I'm saying? The ones that are just like, this ain't working. So we just need to let it go for a little while. And sometimes, like I said, it's just got to go outside that 6-foot bubble for a little time period, and then maybe you could revisit it later. But like right now, you really need to think about your boundaries. And I want you to think about your boundaries like an electric fucking fence. Like you are Guantanamo Bay. Like you are the only one that has the access to yourself. I shouldn't have used Guantanamo Bay, but you know what I mean. Like Fort Knox, right? Like you are worth so much more than you even realize, just by your existence here every single day. And you don't even realize how powerful you are. You don't realize how much power you already possess within you. And until you do, it will no longer go further than your weaknesses. And if that wasn't any more truth than I could possibly tell you. And it's hard to face that. It's hard to say, you know what? I'm not good at this. And either set it down for a little while, maybe come back to it later. Don't give up completely. Just because it didn't work right now doesn't mean that it won't. Right? Just because things aren't the way that you feel that they should be right now doesn't mean that really amazing things aren't coming to you. Okay? So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the darkness. Don't be afraid of the nothing, the unknown. Look at it in a childlike mind, right? I'm an explorer. I'm exploring my own life every single day, in every aspect of every day. I am the pioneer in my own path. I get to pick and choose what happens and what doesn't happen. Now, don't get me wrong. There's rules and laws, 3D rules and laws to all this, okay? So don't forget that. Pay attention to your rules and laws, all right? Your rights, which may be changing, as well as, your own thoughts. So, but I believe in you. I believe in all of us. And I believe that I have the ability to help you to see that, even if it's just me talking to myself. So, um, on that note, uh, I know normally, Thursday is like Territory Thursday, and I go walk around the garden and I show you guys all the different kind of stuff. But I'll be honest with you, the past couple of weeks have been a little bit different. I've been leaning a little bit different in another direction. So bear with me during this time. Unschooling is not something that has a book to it, so I kind of created my own. And for those of you who are homeschooling, it's an interesting bite to chew when you've been doing nothing but public school or maybe even private schooling. Don't get me wrong. Yes, there is some rules and laws that you have to abide by, which I didn't. And that's going to be my own downfall. And I understand that it's coming in the future. But in the meantime, I can do the best that I can to the best of my ability, and understand what those rules and laws are and take that loss as a lesson. So this way I can go forward stronger than I ever was before. And so when you first start out doing homeschooling, okay, for this is even as a concept, or unschooling, or whatever you want to do, when you take your kids out of mainstream school, which may be a very big possibility for most of us because of the fact of budget cutting. There'll be less teachers. There'll be possibly no more Board of Education. If there is one, it's going to be very different than what you knew of it before. Trump is very much pushing the homeschooling era, and paying homeschoolers. So for those of you who are going into it, there's probably who have been in it before this change, you're going to see different rules and laws come into play. Now, they're already evaluating that yearly, the states are, especially in North Carolina. They're already evaluating that testing. They're already evaluating the homeschooling. So for those of you who are thinking about taking your child out of school and homeschooling, there is different rules and laws in each state and in each area. As well as once you do get to homeschool, because you have to send an a letter of intent to the state and tell them your students and tell them what your curriculum is and all this other stuff. Well, maybe not the curriculum, but your basic background. And then you keep up every year with your curriculum. Like you have your portfolios that you have per student for each subject, and which each was, if there is any kind of testing for the more traditional homeschooling. Now, remember, there is a mandatory testing every year that has to happen for each one of your students. I did not do that, so I am failing at that. I already have the state looking into it, so don't even worry about it. It's already done and hit the fan. So because of that, I'm probably going to be penalized. So if not, more stronger action taken, let's just say. So for those of you who do have it, remember to keep in mind of what it is that you're wanting to do and how you're wanting to move forward. There are certain names that can be dropped for certain areas, especially in North Carolina, that can help you with this path. Okay, ones that I did not take that I should have took, and that I can kind of give you some advice on as far as that goes. So all of my homeschooling is done online now. It didn't used to be, but now it is. As well as the unschooling part of it is for pretty much anybody that's watching this. So, when I first started doing it, it was because of truancy issues. And there was a lot of problems at school with my kids. And when I did it, I didn't realize how big of a bite that is when you first step into homeschooling. There's a lot of information that's thrown at you that is very confusing, especially in North Carolina, as well as leaning more towards the unschooling of getting away from the traditional ways of learning and thinking outside the box and thinking like kind of like leaning more towards savant era of like, I want you to use more of your brain than anybody's ever told you to use before, and I'm going to show you that there is parts of you that you never even knew existed and thoughts that you never even thought of before. So it's a little bit more broader of a stance than you think, but for the most part, it's able to be done. There's lots of people that do it. It's just, how do you want to do it? And like I said, as far as me, when I first jumped into this, it was like a sink or swim kind of damn thing, and I am drowning. That's how I felt when I first started. And the more that you learn, the more that you kind of lean more into what feels right for you and for the people that you're working with. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be kids. It could be other adults. You know, there is always that continuing education part of it, as well as, you know, depending on what you're specifically thinking about doing, I think it's any age. I mean, really, I think unschooling is really any age, as well as homeschooling. So I had to kind of reevaluate what my streams were. And here lately, I actually got asked, what's going on with that, you know? And like I said, I had to kind of like, you know, stand my own ground and saying, well, this is me. And this is my stance in this conversation, to say whether or not I felt I was right or wrong or indifferent or nothing in any of these, you know, cases, so to speak. So, and I know that I'm going to have to face that in the future as well, because of the fact that it's still ongoing. So when you first get into it, like I said, you know, it seems like this huge bite, and it still is. Even years later, it still is. There's so many different aspects and angles that you can go, and it really is ultimately up to you. It's the same concept when I share you guys about the cash envelope system. When you're picking categories for each one of your envelopes, you know, that's specific to you. And that's specific to what your message is and what you're trying to portray. That's why I keep talking back more on like, you know, like, what is it that you want to show the world? What do you want to do in this lifetime? A lot of us get stuck in this cycle of job, right? And none of us actually go after what it is that we enjoy. We forget who we are because we're stuck in this rat race, so to speak, of this box that we were told that we had to be in. Yes, that's the easiest path, naturally. But there are a lot of other paths. And I don't think you guys are aware of that. And I think that because of that lack of knowledge, you stay stuck on the same path. You don't give yourself that other little bit of leniency and room to be able to grow from. You're literally shoved into this box and then stacked accordingly. You know, and then that's all you do for the rest of your life until you die. The end. So, think about everything that I said today. And I want you guys to start really thinking about, okay, this is how the world is. Yeah. None of us really know what the changes are going to mean for us. But that gives us the opportunity to create new laws, create new ways of being, look back at the past and what didn't work before. Maybe, you know, all those protests and stuff were for a reason, yeah, but you got to look at both sides. You got to look at, okay, well, why did they even do that in the first place? From both sides. And remember that there's a gray area in between, and there's a lot of information you don't freaking know. And you may never know. But your decision making on what should happen from that point forward should be based on the current situation as well as what happened in the past. And how can we move forward from this? Because there's a lot of chaos in the world today. A lot. And somebody ain't helping. But anyway. This is really hot, by the way. I don't know how red you can see my face is right now. It's super hot, and I don't feel like taking it off. But yeah, it's going to be a lot, especially for all age ranges going forward. You know, we're going to have that lack of knowledge. We just are. There's going to be a gap between all of us in different ages and different things. But like I said, do not forget that you are a human being and that other people are human beings. And no, not everybody thinks the same way as you. Just because you're a good person doesn't mean another person is, okay? So, take Miss Frizzle's advice. So, anyway. Yeah. So, I don't know. My one computer just died, so I lost you guys on Kick, but I'm still on the other ones. I forgot to, hold on, let me put that there. The laptop died, so I'm no longer on Kick. Are you playing Forza?
I'm checking it out. Why?
I want to play it. I suck at video games. That's why I'm not a gamer.
Me neither.
No, the Oculus, that was badass. I really liked that. Alright, so that's Tuesday. Specifically today, I want you guys to check out YouTube and Patreon. Wardrobe OOTD. Hey, fancy pants with my dress on. Oh, Lord. Okay. So there's your OOTD. So, morning pictures of your outfit that you're doing anyways. Post it as ads for your content. Anyway. Social media sites, like I said, like today's YouTube and Patreon. It's actually only supposed to be 68 today, which sounds amazing considering it's been like 103. Social sites, check those out. Seller sites like Amazon, whatnot, eBay, and Etsy. Make sure that you're reviewing your content that's on there. Learn more about the platform, like different aspects of each social media as well as seller sites. And then don't forget to add items. And if you have the option to do live auctions, do that as well. But don't forget to budget. Please don't forget to budget. And like I said, it's attached to Tuesday's envelope system with the numbers. It's all connected. This PDF is all connected to each other. So house chores today is bedroom and monthly. So whatever monthly chore that you normally keep up with. Territory Thursday is garden plan and weather. I personally started a garden all the way around the house a couple of months ago. And y'all, if you want to go back and check out my social media, I have just recently posted an update. But I am now a tomato farmer. I also planted some plants that I don't even know how to harvest or do anything with. So I'm going to have to look into that more. The one in the stream that I said that I didn't know what it was, evidently now it's beans. And I didn't remember planting beans. But remember, we got some seeds from the local seed donation location, which you guys need to start in your areas if you have the opportunity to, if not a food box location. Because I got about $20 worth of seeds for free at the library. And I definitely will be going back. I just didn't have any more room. So I'm going to be filler spotting the seeds that I did get recently. Jeff picked some too, which he's not willing to plant, but I will for him. Pumpkins. So it's a lot of ground cover, and he's not happy about the fact that tomatoes took up a lot of the land coverage because we just seeded the grass, and I paid for it, so I should be able to do it anyway. So anyway, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it did mess up the grass a little bit when they were still laying on the ground, and that kind of perturbed me also because I did pay for the seed to put in there in the first place, and now it's all destroyed. So anyway, so make sure you're keeping up with that. Don't forget to promote. Today, like I said, is Territory Thursday, as well as sciences, and I think we talked a lot today about, like, you know, the flower of life and stuff enough, as well as like DNA chain and time traveling and stuff. I think science is covered. Experiments, however, hold on, I got a 365 book as soon as I can find out where I put it. So I have an experiment for you guys today. And we're going to use a wheel generator. Jeff found this book at Goodwill, and he thought it was super cool, so he gave it to me. He thought it would be good with the stream, and it actually has worked very well for the stream so far. So I'm going to let you guys pick a number between 1 and 365. So tell me a number between 1 and 365, and we will do that project. That experiment, or we'll talk about it at least. I don't know if I necessarily can do it because I don't know if I have the equipment for it right now. So a number between 1 and 365. Go. I want to see who's watching. Thank you for the follow, by the way. I don't know if I said that or not. Number between 1 and 365. That's what I'm looking for right now. So if anybody can comment a number between 1 and 365. And we will read this experiment. I'm going to give it 30 more seconds. A number between 1 and 365. 10 seconds. 7, 6, 9. No, that's not it. It's 20 seconds. Hold on. Now it's 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. All right, I guess I'll have to find it myself. Okay. All right, where is it at? So we're going to look up number generator. And I'm going to put 0 to 365, or 1 to 365, sorry. And if we've done it already, like I said, I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, number 3. 36 was the number it pulled today. 36. So page 36. Hold on. Okay. That's actually funny. It's in astronomy, and it says, how old are you really? Okay. Would your age be different on other planets? Perfect example is of what we were talking about earlier about time travel and stuff like that, that it technically is time travel, but not really. It's just age difference. First thing you need to do is put your own age into the calculator. Y'all do this at home. Now you need to press divide on the calculator and press in the planet's period of revolution around the sun. For example, if you want to work out how old you would be on Mars, you would press 12 divided by 1.88 equals 6.38 years old. So if you're 12 on Earth, you're only 6.38 years old on Mars. Because the revolutions happen at a different rate of speed. So your age on another planet would be completely different. So say, for example, if somebody came up to you, like an alien came up to you and said, I'm 300 years old. Well, bitch, that might be the same time as me. My Earth might rotate slower than yours. I don't know. Now you know how old you would be if you lived on another planet. Alternatively, you don't have to use a calculator. You could try working it out by yourself. Okay. For example, Mercury, the planet Mercury, the period of revolution compared to Earth is 0.241 Earth years. So 87.9 Earth days is how much a revolution, one cycle of Mercury is compared to Earth. Venus is 0.615 Earth years, or 224.7 Earth days. So almost, it's 365 for us, approximately, except for leap years. So that's not too bad. It's kind of close. Earth, actually, 1 year. Mars is 1.88 Earth years, so it would be 686.9 Earth days. Jupiter is 11.9 Earth years. So you would be, if you were 12 years old on Earth, you would actually be 4,343.5 years old on Jupiter. See what I mean? So Saturn is 29.5 Earth years. So you, instead of being 12, you would be 10,767.5 Earth days. Uranus is 84 Earth years. So 30,660 Earth days. Or no, Earth days, sorry, not years. I'm getting messed up now. Neptune is 164.8 Earth years. Mind you, this book was written, and our revolutions have changed since then. When was this book written? Hold on. 2013. All right, it's not that bad. Oh, 36, right? Yeah. Lost my page. I lost my page. Okay. Neptune is 164.8. Pluto, which is not a planet anymore, evidently, is 248.5 Earth years. So 1 year on Pluto is 90,702.5 Earth days. So however many 90,000 days is, no, not just 90,000, 90,702.5 Earth days is how many revolutions happens in Pluto compared to Earth. So yeah. Encourage viewers to send gifts. Okay. Send gifts then. Specifically diamonds and stuff. Because, diamonds are a girl's best friend. Anyway. Brother man! So, okay. So, boy, if I lived on Pluto, I wouldn't even have started school yet. Whoops, there goes Jupiter, there goes Mars, there goes Neptune. Looks like I'm the only planet left floating in the tub. That's weird. Did you know that there are 9 planets in our solar system, and Saturn is the second biggest planet? But did you know it is also the lightest planet? It is also the only planet in our solar system that could float in water. Brother man! What's up? How are you? So yeah, that's how many years you would be on another planet compared to Earth. So it says pen, paper, and calculator, but you don't really need that. I just told you what all the comparisons were. So thank you guys for the +1. I appreciate that. So yeah, there is our science for today and our experiments. So find out how old you are on different planets. Mercury, 0.241 Earth years. Venus, 0.615 Earth 1 year. Mars, 1.88. Jupiter, 11.9. Saturn, 29.5. Uranus, 84. Neptune, 164.8. And Pluto, 248.5. So do that math. Like I said, divide it. Take your own age, divide it by the calculator, and press the planet's period of revolution around the sun. So it would be your age divided by whatever number I just said, and that would be how old you would be on that planet. Because remember, we're thinking interstellar now. We're going that way, right? So you have to think of, not just your neighbor as being like a stranger from another area that maybe eats different food, looks different than you, sounds different than you don't really know any of their background. The same concept of like if we were to ever meet, if there was any aliens, that would be on another planet. Now, mind you, Elon Musk is already inhabiting Mars with drones and AI. So we have humanoid-like robots going to that planet to make an underground area for humans to travel to. So same thing as the Bourne Company in America. It's the same concept that's going to happen up there. Evidently, we can't live on the surface of the Mars, but we can live underground. Go figure. So, if that's the way that humanity is going, which we really only have one option to go, and that is up, then that's what we have to start looking at is what does it mean to us for Earthlings, humans, to now have the option to hop a planet? How many of you are going to want to go to Mars? And we do have to have a triangulation point for time travel, so to speak. And I say time travel lightly. It's not really what you think it is. It's just a point in time that gets folded, right? It's 2 points meeting at the same time. So like I said, as far as your travel and your future coming to you and your past going away, these things always cycle back around. So everything that ever happened in history will repeat again. If it's not exactly the same, it will be very similar or somewhat of the same in the future. So thank you for your likes, guys. I really appreciate that. That was awesome. So yeah, I mean, we're going to have to start thinking of, okay, now not just internationally, but interstellar. So, all my Star Trek, Star Wars fans out there, the future is now yours. Because, it is our final destination is to never stop growing and learning. And as human beings at a baseline, we are Earth eaters. So planet eaters and destroyers of, whatever said thing that we get across. Whether even if we are creators, we are still destroying at the same time. So think of a black hole. Just as much as you are creating is just as much as you're destroying. So I am destroying the thought processes of anybody that had a traditionalist thought concept into an open-minded concept of outside of the box of what you're normally used to hearing. So I have destroyed your concept of the previous and given you an opportunity for the new. And it's both happening at the same time. Because that traditional is still there. That baseline is still there through all of it. Just because you pivoted doesn't mean that you're not still on the same path. Okay? So make sure that path is one that, you can take a couple of steps and look ahead and say, okay, well, if I do this, what are the consequences down the road? I mean, we all take risks in everything that we do every day. We all take risks in everything that we do. Just from the food that you're eating right now, just as an example, you're taking a risk with what you're putting into your body every day. You're breathing chemicals. You're breathing, whatever is around you, whether it's somebody else's DNA or dust or dirt or whatever you want to call it, germs, anything. Just because it's air and you don't specifically see it doesn't mean that it's not there. Same concept of faith. Just because we've never seen a God, just because we've never experienced it firsthand, maybe some of us have, doesn't mean that it's not in existence. Just the same equal and opposite of demons and stuff, like negative shit that happens. So it's the same concept. Just because you're not aware of it doesn't mean that it's not there. Okay? It just means that you're not an observer at this point in time. When that time comes that you become an observer, it is your choice as to what you want to accept into your reality or your perception at that point in time. And that can change. And it's okay to change that. Or it's okay to keep it the same. It's okay to do whatever you want to do because it's your life. Thank you, guys. That's awesome. Y'all are awesome. So yeah, I mean, it's just... And be aware of your thoughts a little bit more. When you hear those things in your head that tell you, and some of you guys don't even have an internal dialogue, so you have no idea what I'm talking about. But for those of us that are aware, a little bit more aware of our thoughts, or we think things about ourselves based on what other people have told us. Okay? When you don't have independent thought, it's really hard to start doing that. Okay, because it's going against everything that you knew, everything you've ever done, everything you've ever known to be true is now questionable. And that's hard. It's hard to see that. It's hard to get to that point, first of all. And then when you feel it, it's hard to stick with that. Because the feeling is so strong, it's hard to accept it. It's hard to work with because it's something that you've never experienced before. When you first start entrepreneurship, it's going to be a freaking nightmare unless you really have a plan and you got a lot of support. Okay? For the most part, a lot of us, when we go into entrepreneurship or any kind of leaning towards our dreams, so to speak, as much as I've been trying to enforce on y'all, is that, you know, when you first start taking those steps, no one's going to understand what the hell you're doing. They're going to think you're fucking crazy. Like, what are you doing? How dare you quit your job? Why don't you talk to those family members anymore? What's going on with your friends? Why'd you drop that friend all of a sudden? It was your choice. Ultimately, it's your choice. And if you feel that there's a certain path that you need to take, now mind you, I'm not saying for you to drop everything. And I'm not saying for you to abandon people. I'm not saying for you to be ugly or nothing like that, okay? Yes, keep the ones, like I said, that you want to take with you in this little 6-foot bubble, even if it's just by communication, okay? Whatever you want to take with you into the future, into your future, is what you're going to pick and choose to go do that. And like I said, when you first start taking those steps, no one's going to understand why, because it's going to look like it came out of fucking nowhere. Or maybe it'll trickle in, and then nobody will notice it, and then all of a sudden one day, damn, you're viral. Or maybe they didn't believe you that you were going to do something. Or maybe they talked down and said, like, no, you can't do that. What's wrong with you? How dare you? You're not whatever for that. Or you're going to be looked at as trash. Or you're going to be looked at as this negative comment or that negative comment. Or maybe they'll be the sneaky ones that are really fucking nice to you and supporting you the entire time. They're stealing your content and all of your information. So be aware of your surroundings at all times. Just saying. Again, 6-foot bubble. If you gotta eat them, let them go. So, but the ones that you feel are worth being in that 6-foot circle, the places and the things that you want to include in your life, that you want to enrich your life on a daily basis, that's what you take with you. And don't allow the naysayers. Don't allow, like, okay, I know you don't get it. I know you don't understand, and maybe you may never will. And that's okay. You may never understand it because this isn't your path. This is my path. Your path, I may not understand. Ever. And that's okay, because that's the drawbridge and the nothing in between. It gives creation for the understanding that there may never be a crossover. There may never be, an understanding on either part, but you come to the agreement that you disagree. And then that is the end point. You can stand on that. You can say, okay, we don't agree. You don't see what I'm saying, I don't see what you're saying. And leave it at that. Until you can come back to it later, maybe. And if not, then you don't. There's no loss. Well, unless you consider it a loss. So, which sometimes, and a lot of times, that loss of communication and comprehension is usually between parents and kids. Or friends. Or coworkers. So, maybe you have a plan or a project in mind, or maybe, the universe gave you some great idea that all of a sudden now you need to start working on right now. No. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to specifically reference Bibles, but I'm just saying, okay, because I don't have like a specific religion. So for those of you who are into that, kudos. I'm all for it. I do believe in a God. I just don't have like super religious beliefs. I kind of have like a mixture of understanding of different types of religions to a small extent. And we're just running with it. We're learning more as we go. So think that's how most people should be. Because the more knowledge you have, the more power that you have to have a conversation with somebody. So, learn your laws, learn your rules, learn your requirements, learn your own boundaries. So this way you can move forward and work on yourself and whatever your goals and dreams are. So this way you can have a solid foundation to be able to build whatever it is that you're wanting. Like, for example, Jeff and I, every other day we go to the gym now. I, for the past 7 months, have been doing that. And I never did that before in my life. And it was hard. I struggled. I fought tooth and nail, and every single day I told Jeff I don't want to go. And as soon as I got there, I was ready to go. So, just because you think you won't like something doesn't necessarily mean that you won't. Okay? Might end up being a part of your everyday life, or you might just try it once and that's it. It's okay. It's okay to have moments in life. Those are memories. Those are core memories. So make the best ones that you can while you can, and make good memories for other people too. And yeah, I do go live on TikTok on the treadmill. And y'all talk to me on there all the time. Kudos to y'all. So I'm currently leaning towards the 10K followers. So for any of you who are watching any of my social media, please like, share, and follow. As well as sub as much as possible. I need assistance. So, but it's not required. Like I said, this isn't just a dream that's for me, it's for everyone. So I've been leaning into this for the past 5 years, and I don't know how much it's going to come of it, but I am taking the next couple of months to really evaluate what parts of it are working and what are not, what I can do from here going forward. And while I'm taking these steps, I'm going to tell you about them, so this way maybe it'll help you guys in the path that you're taking in your own. Now, mind you, not every step that I take may work for you. And even if you take every single step that I'm telling you about, that doesn't mean that there wasn't other stuff that was going on in the background that you weren't even aware of that added to my path. So yeah. But there's that. So I am going to tell you guys to have a good day, and I hope you enjoyed the stream, and make sure to follow me on other social media. Go check it out. You get to see different aspects of me, and some of it you even get to see my family and friends and stuff like that I've learned, met along the way. People, that may not be friends per se right now, but more acquaintances. But yeah. And for those of you who have helped me out along the way, thank you. And those of you who I have done wrong, I apologize. So continue to pray for me and my family and all those people that I love, and send me good vibes, and continue to take care of yourselves every single day as much as you can. And until next time, I hope y'all behave.